Hi guys, this is AC Gamer back with another video on Alice Fiction. Now in today's video what I'm going to be doing is going over the best characters in the game. Now I know a lot of people are wondering which characters are good, so I thought this video is going to be very helpful. Now there is one tier list circulating around the community that I sort of agree with. There is some I want to like switch positions in, but in today's video I will be talking about 3-star and 2-star characters that are actually good, and I will go over the reasons why. So if you guys find this video helpful and overall enjoyable, make sure you click the like button, and if you guys don't want to miss out on future Alice Fiction content, make sure you click the post notification on. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and yeah, let's get right into it. So right now I have about 8 3-star characters, so those were characters I could extensively test out, and the other 3-star characters that I'm currently missing, I did go ahead and read the skills. Some of them are quite good. Now obviously there is characters we all already know that are very good because we all told you to reroll for them, the one being Lancelot. Now Lancelot is absolutely amazing just because she is able to deal huge amounts of single target damage. Now if you go over to her skills, if you go over to the crash skill over here, she has the ability to deal damage and as well as ignore defense and deal extra 20% damage. Let's move over to the next skill, where she's able to boost physical attack of herself, and then she's able to give herself extra damage and as well as buff type slayer to herself, which buff type slayer I believe means she's going to be able to do more damage to buff type characters, so I think that's going to be nice. Then in our last skill over here, when there are 3 or more earth allies, boost physical attack of self by 927. So this is actually going to be quite a good skill. Right now in the game there is 2 earth characters that are actually quite good. So we have the Queen Shin over here as well as the Lancelot. Now maybe in the future when another good earth character comes out, you can fully utilize this passive over here. But yeah, that is why Lancelot is very good. Moving over to another good character, we have Asclepius. Wait, let me say that again. Asclepius. Now once again, if I do butcher any of the characters' name, I do apologize. It's kind of hard to pronounce, but this unit is going to be the best healer in the game. She has AoE heal and she's also able to remove debuff. Now this skill over here does single target damage, and she's also able to remove all attack debuffs on weakened ally, so that's going to be nice. And she has AoE heal, that is very good. The next one over here, she's able to select one ally to heal and then remove all defense buff, which is going to be very nice. And then with this passive skill, she's going to be able to buff up her healing if there are 4 enemies. Now in PvE, so in story stages where there is multiple enemies, this skill will be coming in very handy. So very good character, and I think as you're progressing through the game, you definitely will require a healer, and I'm so lucky I actually managed to pull her. Very top tier character. Now this unit, I will not try to pronounce the unit's name just because as you can see I will butcher it. So this unit is actually good. Now in the tier list that was circulating, they put this unit as in A tier for PvE. Now I kind of disagree with this. Now she is actually one of the few AoE attackers in the game, like a full-on AoE character that can attack 4 enemies and buff up herself and also debuff as well. So this unit is definitely going to be the best unit in PvP just because you're going against 4 enemies, and this unit is able to attack all 4 of the enemies within the same time, so that's going to be absolutely insane. In the tier list for PvE, they put her as an A, but in stages where you're going against multiple enemies, I think this is going to be nice. Now I do switch out this character during boss stages, and I switch out this unit and add this unit instead because he is great at dealing damage to 1 enemy. But this unit overall, whilst you're playing full story, she is going to be very helpful. Let's go over to what she can do. So the crash skill over here, able to inflict AoE damage to 4 enemies, so very nice. Then the next one, she is able to decrease special attack of random enemy, so 4 enemies are going to be getting a huge debuff. So special units in this game, there's not that many good special units in the game, so I think the main team people are going to be running right now is physical. Now in PvP in the future, let's say special units are very good now and the special teams are running around, this unit is going to be absolutely insane for the debuff she does, decreasing the damage as well as decreases spec attack of herself. Now this is a little debuff to herself, but it's only by 5%, and because she is a physical attack, this is not really too much of a noticeable debuff. Then this one over here is able to absorb panels and for 2 turns decrease C skill damage of high physical attack enemies. So I think this one basically makes sure that she takes less damage. Now with this skill, it's kind of confusing what this skill actually does, because there's multiple characters in this game that has this same phrase every time, up to own panel times 9. I don't think that makes sense to me. Maybe it makes sense to you guys. Tell me that in the comment section. But I think with this skill, she's able to decrease damage done to herself. So that's going to be nice. Then the last skill over here, which is going to help buff up her damage. When there are 4 enemies, boost physical attack of self by 605. So very, very good AoE attacker. I definitely am still using this character. Very, very strong in my opinion. Let's move over to another solid 3-star character, one of the best 3-star characters in the game. In fact, if you don't have this character, I feel bad for you guys. So with this skill over here, she's able to do huge, look at this damage, look at the numbers, huge damage. Then the next one over here, this is one of those skills that's confusing for me to understand, but for 4 turns, boost physical attack of self by 300. So nice, for 4 turns, she gets that huge buff to herself. Absolutely insane. The next one, converts up to panel. I think this is one of the best skills she has. She's able to convert the panels to one specific color. So 5 panels will be converted to one specific to her panel, sorry. For 4 turns, decrease spec attack of self by 20%. It doesn't really matter because she is a physical attacker. For 3 turns, lengthen the panel breaking phase by 3 seconds. This skill over here is definitely very, very OP. Now 3 seconds is definitely still a huge amount in my opinion. In 3 seconds you could do quite a lot, so this is going to be very, very nice. For 3 turns, give extra defense type slayer to self, so she's going to be able to deal more damage to defense type. Overall, one of the best single target damage dealer in the entire game. Okay, this unit over here, so she's actually quite good, but at the moment I would recommend not using this unit because she only buffs up special units. Now right now, like I said, main team you guys are going to be using this physical team, but in the future when more special type characters come out, she will be able to utilize all this buff, and she's going to be one of the best buffers for special teams. But right now I am not going to be using her, but she's definitely good. Another good physical attacker is going to be this unit over here. Now I actually switch out my team whenever I go against bosses. Now whenever I go bosses, I take out this unit, so she is an AoE attacker, but against bosses you only need single target damage. So I take her out and then I replace her with him because he does quite a good amount of debuff to a single ally, or a single enemy, sorry. But his skill basically deals damage as well as decrease special attack by 849. So this unit is definitely going to be a good character to counter special units, but he also does extra debuff as well. But this is going to be nice debuff in the attack. This one over here, decrease special attack of target enemy times 1, 755. Once again, if you're going against special teams, this is going to be a great debuff. Then the next one over here, for 3 turns, boost physical attack of self, so a great buff to himself. For 2 turns, targeted enemy will receive 10% more damage from weaker types. This skill over here, when are 2 or more earth allies, decrease C skill damage of quest start enemy total. Once again, this skill is kind of confusing to understand, but all I know is the fact that if you manage to pull Lancelot and you also have this unit, you will be able to get this buff, and I think this buff is still going to be very, very good. So quite a good character. Out of the units I've mentioned, I wouldn't say he's the best out of them, but he is still very, very nice. Now let's move over to 3-star characters I do not currently own but are actually good. We have this unit. Now this unit is actually quite similar to Musashi in my opinion. I don't think her damage is going to be as high as Musashi, but I think her usefulness is actually quite good in terms of converting panels. Anyways, let's see what she can do. With her crash skill, does huge single target damage. Moving over to the active skill, converts panel into own regular panel, so that's gonna be nice. So she converts 9 panels into her own panel. That is absolutely insane. For 2 turns, boost physical attack of self. So she is technically a selfish character because all of this buff she has is going to be helping her, but that's just to help maximize her total damage. Going over to the next skill, converts up to 2 panels into her own skill panels. For 2 turns, boost physical defense of self, so she's going to be taking less damage. And moving over to the passive, for each skill self skill panel broken, up to 12 panels, boost C skill damage by 4.63%. I think once again this unit is definitely going to be top tier. I want to get this unit just to test out her overall damage. So that is all the good 3-star characters in my opinion. There's other good 3-star characters, but I think the ones we have right now are the ones I've mentioned, sorry, are the best ones. Now let's talk about 2-star characters that are actually very, very good. If we talk about the first one, we have this unit over here. Now she is a good buffer, like one of the best buffers in the entire game. Right now you can actually use her in your team. Now in the future, when more water units come out, you will fully utilize her, as you can see with this one. Boost physical attack of allies, so all allies will get a physical attack boost and by a certain number. But moving over to what she can do, let's see. So she's able to do single target damage, and for 2 turns boost physical attack of self and one other physical attacker, one high physical attacker. The next skill I think is going to be very, very good. For 2 turns, lengthen the panel breaking phase. This is kind of similar to the other skill. I think Masashi has this, but Masashi was a 3 second. But for 1 second, that's actually good. If you pair her up with Masashi, you will be able to increase your panel breaking phase by 4 seconds overall. Go over to the next skill she has. For 2 turns, boost physical attack of high physical ally. So this is a great buff for one of your ally. Then the next one I've already talked about, but overall going to be one of the best buff type units to use. Now there's also a few other 2-star characters that are good, but I want to mention this unit as well. Now she is going to be one of the best defense characters in the entire game. Now there's actually a 3-star character that is a good defense in my opinion, which is, where is she? This unit. So she's actually quite good in my opinion. I think this unit is quite good, but I do think this 2-star character might be a lot better, might be better. So let's see what she can actually do. So the first one does single target damage, and for 2 turns boosts special defense of self and low special defense ally. She is a physical attack type unit, but she's buffing up special defense. Okay, that is still good in my opinion. Any defense buff is going to be great. Moving on to the next one, for 3 turns, make self the target of attack. So this is a taunt ability and grants a barrier that blocks up to a certain damage. Now if you level this up and if you use the skill first, you're going to be able to taunt the enemy and all the damage is going to be done to her. But because she has this barrier, she is going to be tanking. Now she might not be able to tank every single damage they do to her, but that is just going to be helping your teammates in my opinion. And if you also have a healer to help her out, to help survive, that is going to be very, very good. Now moving on to the other skill she has, remove of defense, debuff on self. And then the last skill she has, when there are 2 or more special type enemies, boost special defense of self. So she's going to be a great counter to special team. Now right now, like I said, I don't think special teams are going to be that used in PvP, but in the future, as more special teams or special characters come out, this unit is definitely going to be a very, very good character to counter them. So those are the 2-star characters that are good in my opinion. Now there's other good 2-star characters. I haven't tested them out completely, so I can't really put them in this video at the moment, but hopefully you guys find this video helpful and overall enjoyable. Tell me down in the comment section if you guys agree or disagree. So it's been your boy AC Gamer. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm out.